Hey, I need to get out of the house. So we're gonna talk about the S1H, what you need to know, who the camera is for. But first, I need to get out of this area. Let's see, is it cold outside? It's bright outside, so I actually might need my ND. She opened up my chip. Look at this, guys. Look at this. She opened up my NDs. My NDs. She opened up my chips. How dare she? Okay, so I can already see an issue arising. It's bright and I need an ND, so. Well, there's more than two things, but there's two things that I should probably invest in. One, a more powerful ND filter, because when we get in outside, there's only so much that I'm gonna be able to do, and I like my blurry backgrounds. Two, I should probably get a GorillaPod if I'm gonna be vlogging more. I'm surprised I don't have a GorillaPod already. I've talked about it, my friend has one. I'm surprised I don't have one. It's cold and windy, so let's go get a jacket. Hey.
Did you get my text?
You ate my chips. Oh, that's fine, that's all I need. All right, so again, this is a little bit different style video from what we've been doing. Let me just bring that all the way down. Switching things up a little bit. So I have been filming a lot of videos recently and they've all just been in studio, sit down type of videos. And I need to film another one. I just didn't want to do it. So here we are, outside in the world. Hopefully I'm not too blown out. I am kind of concerned about that. I can't see myself currently. I'm filming on a Sony a6500 instead of my normal 6400. One of my friends, Francis, has this is his camera. And one of my other friends is borrowing it and I asked to borrow this one. Weird chain of events that aren't actually related. So I can't see myself. That's the issue that I'm having right now. So I don't know how everything really looks. So let's just hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. I'm walking to a park right now. Today, I'm just gonna let you know some things that you should probably know if you're looking at getting the Panasonic S1H. So the S1H is an amazing camera, but there is mostly price things that you should probably look out for when getting this camera. And that's kind of what it always comes down to, because if you had the budget, you could vlog with an entire crew of people. You would never have to hold the camera and you could just have somebody else hold the camera for you. But because of budget reasons, we are not all that fortunate. So what should you be looking out for if you're wanting to get this camera? Hopefully it's not too windy and you can actually hear what I'm trying to say, but the biggest things that you should look out for have to do, we can break this down into three groups: size and weight, price, and autofocus. So size and weight. The best thing, the biggest question I have for you, or the biggest question that we can really think of is, who is this camera for, right? So this camera isn't for everybody, and we'll get into more on why, but that has to do with the autofocus. So this camera isn't for everybody. There's only so many things that you can really film: weddings, music videos, vlog, and then actual like short films and commercials. If you are filming vlogs, if you're filming music videos, if you're filming weddings, this camera is not for you. Not at all. But if you're filming interviews, if you're filming short films, then you might actually want to consider getting this camera. So let's start diving into the three categories on like things that you should probably know. So there's no crop in 6K. So you get beautiful 6K, full frame, no crop. There is not that many lens options. So Panasonic themselves make a couple lenses, but they're about $2,500 a piece. Sigma makes a whole bunch of lenses. Probably the most lenses that you can get for this camera are from Sigma. They're about $1,000 a piece. Leica makes some lenses, but they're like $5 a piece. And then Canon, you can always adapt Canon lenses, but I think you'll lose some autofocus capabilities. Not entirely sure because I can't test it out for myself. Wait, so this camera is big and it's heavy. When you have a lens on it, it's like 5 pounds. So not every gimbal can support that. You probably don't want to carry around 5 pounds all day. It's not a good vlogging camera for that reason, amongst the autofocus reason. Oh my God, maybe we should go back inside. Maybe it's too windy. It might be too windy, actually. I'm doing it for your sake, for the audio's sake. But I do have a table now, so maybe we could try that out. So, size and weight, price, autofocus. This camera's big, it's heavy. Not every gimbal is going to work with it. There's actually very few gimbals that are actually going to be able to hold this camera up. It's 5 pounds. You don't want to carry it around all day. Throwing it on a Steadicam is gonna make that Steadicam super heavy, so you're gonna need some additional support for your Steadicam. You should probably get additional support for your gimbal too if you're looking at using it for long periods of time. So that's another thing that you're gonna want to look at. Another thing is autofocus. Autofocus really sucks with this camera. That's why it's not a good vlogging camera. It's not good for anything that requires autofocus, so you can't be in front of it doing things like this. It's not gonna be ideal for weddings. It's not ideal for music videos. It's only really ideal for things that are repetitive and or stuff that you know that's gonna happen. Stuff that's not predictable. Wow. Stuff that is predictable. So stuff that you can block your subjects to where they go from here to here. Stuff that is ideal for manual focus uses. And then this all leads us to price. So it's $4,000. The cheap Sigma lenses are $1,000 a piece, so you're probably gonna want 3 of them right off the bat just to get the full focal range. You'll probably have to get a new gimbal because it's so heavy and big that not every gimbal can actually support it. So you're probably gonna have to get a new gimbal, and then you'll probably have to get a new computer too, because Premiere Pro isn't optimized to run the 6K footage coming off of the S1H. I don't think DaVinci works very well with it either, so you're probably gonna have to invest another $3,000–4,000 into a computer that can even edit this footage, let alone all of the storage space that you're gonna need with this camera too. Because in 4K, you're filming at 400 megabytes per second. Or just with straight 6K video, you're only getting like an hour and a half worth of footage with 256 gigabyte cards. So there's a lot of cost that comes with this camera. So this camera isn't just a $4,000 investment. It's probably a $7,000 investment just with the camera and lenses. And then you could probably throw another $3,000–4,000 for the computer, $1,000 for the gimbal. It's $150 a piece for the SD cards, just because they have to be 300 megabytes per second cards to be able to write 6K. It's insane. There's a lot of cost, a lot of extra costs, and a lot of extra headache, and there's a lot more that goes into actually getting this camera than it may appear. And after everything, the autofocus sucks. So after all of that, you can only really use it in interviews or short films or any other setting that is predictable and you know what's gonna happen, so you can use manual focus. But that is about everything that you should probably know when looking at getting this camera. So it's not the best camera in the world. It gives an amazing picture quality though. It looks really beautiful. The footage off of this camera looks amazing, but is it worth it? Is it worth like a $10,000 price tag? Is it worth having to film everything with manual focus? Maybe you film short films and have a production studio and you can justify that cost because this camera just fits your needs, but it's not gonna fit everybody's need. So again, if you're filming vlogs, if you're filming music videos, if you film weddings, this camera is not for you. But if you do film like interviews or short films or even stuff on Netflix, actual films, you should probably look into getting this camera and use the links in the description to do so. But that is probably a really short video. thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, join the, just subscribe, okay? Why not at this point? I have a playlist of all of the videos on the S1H, so check that out and subscribe again, turn on the notifications because I'm gonna be adding more videos to that playlist. And then like the video if you do end up liking it, and that's all that I have for you. So, all right.